Okay, so this is the third in a series of some basic Python tutorials, which I'm primarily putting together for the kids at my school, but hopefully put them out there and they'll be useful for other people as well. So this particular one's going to be on input. Input is pretty fundamental skill in any programming language, I suppose, but in Python, GCSE, it's something you're going to need to be able to do. So we get right into it. So basically, what is input? Input is getting something from a user. So when you play a computer game, the computer is receiving information from you all the time. When you're using Word, every time you hit a key, the computer is receiving some input from you. Well, if we're going to write a program that's going to be able to handle something different every time, then we need to be able to get some input from a user. And there are various ways you can do that, but the simplest and most basic way, which I'm going to show you now, is like this. So we're going to start with a variable. I'm going to call this one age. And we say age is equal to input, and we know it's correct because it is in sort of a pinky purpley color. And then we're going to have a string, a prompt, and you'll see Python does this rather helpful thing. It tells you that following an input, you need to have a prompt. And it's saying we'd like it in the form of a string, please. So I'm going to say, please enter your age. Close brackets. Okay, and then just so we can see what's going on, I'm going to go print age. Okay, so if I now run this, okay, so please enter your age. I'm going to say 27. Okay, and we get 27 out. Great. However, if you actually want to do something with that, you've got a little bit of a problem because this is a string, which means you are handling a string, which is a bit annoying because, I don't know, let's say for the sake of argument, you wanted to say age plus 10. Okay. Now, if we run that, we will have a problem. Okay, so please enter your age, 27. Actually, you know what? I am 28 now, so we'll say 28. And it can't do it. It can't compute. It struggles because you're trying to add a string and an integer together, and as the old saying goes, you can't add apples and pears. It's the exact same here. You can't add integers and strings together. So in order to be able to do that, we need to typecast it. We covered typecasting in a previous video. Now, ordinarily what I would do is go age is equal to integer input. Please enter your age. The problem with that is, and I would do it like that so you can see the sort of progression. But the problem with that is this is all wrong. So we're going to hashtag this out. So it's still there and you can still see it. You can see the example, but we're going to turn it into comments so that the program doesn't run it. So what's going on here? Well, we're saying age. We want an input. We are asking for somebody's age, and we want the integer version of that answer. Okay. You'll notice we've got 2 brackets here, 2 brackets here. Very common mistake for people to leave that bracket off and the whole thing falls to pieces and it doesn't work. So make sure you've got all your brackets in the right place. Next, so something happens, we're going to go print, I'll say age, keep it simple, say 10. Okay, and now if we run this, we go run module. Okay, Python, ignore that red stuff up there. It's going to ask me for my age, and say 28. Hopefully, we get 38 out, and we do. So we've typecast it. And actually, you could do this in, you could say age is equal to float and do all the same stuff, or whatever. So that's quite helpful. By default, this is always going to be a string, but there's nothing to say that you wouldn't at some point need this, so you could typecast as a string by saying str. And obviously you'd have to have your input, yada yada yada, after that. Okay, that is input in a nutshell. There are various things you can do with input. It is going to be a fundamental skill that you're certainly going to need when you're first learning how to do Python. So I hope that has been helpful for you. And that is it for this particular video. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.